All right, we got another monster on our hands. A monster.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast, and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts, and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
You're watching the MC Too Tall Show. I am your hardcore, fierce, and sexy host that is Never Gross MC Too Tall. Reminding you, don't be gross. Looks like we got another monster on our hands. We got another monster on our hands. This one named Kaylee Earhart. This is coming off the heels of what's her face? I got it on my phone here. Lindsay Clancy, her name is. Lindsay Clancy gaining national attention for strangling her 3 children. This one here slit her 3 children's throats. 2 of them died. 1 of them, a 1-year-old, survived. And she's a monster as well. And I'll say it again, there is nothing more monstrous than a mother deliberately killing her own children. You know, it's one thing if you have an out-of-control kid that's all loaded up on drugs and he's trying to kill you and you respond in a way to save your own life, and tragically you accidentally kill your adult or older teen son. That would be a very tragic situation to be in. I don't wish that on anyone, but it would be understandable. But to strangle or slit the throats of small children, no other word for that but monster. And as I said about the Clancy report that I did, this one too, this Miss Earhart, she is a monster worse than the one depicted by Charlize Theron in the movie of that title. And people are blaming it on postpartum depression. Yeah, I'm sure it sucks. You know, as a man, I can't understand what that's like to have postpartum depression, but still no excuse to strangle your kids or slit your kids' throats, now is it? And I don't think it's misogynistic to take the side of the kids and want for the kids to be safe. And the only thing that puts it on the men is that the men should have read these women properly before fathering children with these women. That's the only thing that puts it on the men. I mean, if you're okay with never having kids, then marry whatever psycho you want to marry and don't adopt, and make sure you wear protection at all times. But as far as anybody that wants to start a family, you really have to screen the other parent thoroughly. And that goes for females seeking the proper person to father their children as well. You don't want to look at the recent history of a potential husband and see a pattern there that will tell you that this person's going to be a deadbeat dad. But at the same time, you can't be conniving, coerce this person into starting a family with you, and then take money from the government, take the bribe from the government to kick that man out of your house and raise the children by yourself, in which case you are not really raising your children. The government is. And if you live in a blue city, you are so screwed. Then you might be on the path of being in that scenario I described earlier with a drug addict son trying to kill you. Possibly. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but can't be ruled out now, can it? So there are so many careful things you have to do, and people who murder their children are monsters. People who murder in general are monsters to begin with. Then on top of that, murdering children. Then on top of that, murdering your own children. Yeah, you're a monster. You belong behind bars, locked away for the remainder of your life. And some would even argue the death penalty. And they would have a valid argument to that. I go back and forth in my mind with the death penalty. There's the concept of what if you have the wrong person, and who are we to kill, that sort of thing. And then you figure, what if this person breaks out of jail or is somehow released out of jail by a liberal judge? You have so many cases where somebody brutally assaults somebody and they get arrested. As they're getting arrested, they look their victim in the eye and say, I'm coming back to finish the job. And then the liberal judge lets them out, and they sure as hell in high water come back and they finish the job. And the blood of that victim is then as much on the judge's hands as the culprit. But that doesn't change the fact that Kaylee Earhart is a monster. Lindsay Clancy is a monster. These people need to be locked away from society for the remainder of their days. They need to be locked away from society at least until they're no longer alive. And that's my take on the matter with both Lindsay Clancy and Kaylee Earhart. And that's what's going on here. You got mothers murdering their children and just blaming it on postpartum depression. With so many mothers out there that have gone through that and they didn't kill their kids. We're living in a sick, sick world where people are actually defending this. And we're not going in a good direction. But I will tell you this, I'm going to make my effort to at least turn South Brooklyn into a good direction. And that is that I will be at the 18th Avenue Feast tonight, campaigning for my good friend and fellow patriot, John Riccatoni, who is the Republican candidate for District 47, New York State Assembly, with garbage piling all up and down 86th Street. The current assemblyman overlooks that, turns a blind eye to that, and pushes a bill for gender-neutral language in the hospitals, the clinics, the classrooms, possibly even your very own home. We're going to put an end to that silliness once we get John Riccatoni elected come November 3rd. And I'll be at the 18th Avenue Feast tonight. 18th Avenue between 71st, 72nd Streets in beautiful Brooklyn, New York, of course. Santa Rosalia. And I'll be campaigning for my good friend John Riccatoni. And on that note, and until then, on to the I say, respect God, watch out for the Illuminati. Like, follow, share, comment, subscribe, stay strong, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building. Influential being, MC Too Tall. Yaha.